Very interesting question. The Torah says, verse in this week's parsha, "V'osu lemigdosh v'shochanti b'soicham." You should make for me a sanctuary, and I will dwell in them, b'soicham, in plural. And the Talmud asks the question, it should say b'soichoi, in it. It's one temple. So let's discuss this in a moment. But first, say thank you to Hashem for the past Migdosh and for the one that we're getting now. Tzedakah, my dear friends. So the Talmud answers that question we asked. Why does it say, I will dwell in them, in plural? What it means is, b'toich kol echad ve'echad. God says, I don't want to just dwell in a building, in a structure. I want to dwell within you. Each and every one of you, says God, is becoming a sanctuary for me. Many commentators compare the different vessels, the whole construct of the Mishkan, to our lives. Which one is related to the intellect, which one is related to the emotion, which one is related to the actions, which one is related to the external aspect, and so on and so forth. Obviously, as we mentioned yesterday, the most important vessel was the Aron Kodesh, the Holy Ark. Now let's see how the Holy Ark relates to us. In our service of Hashem, in the Mishkan that we become for God, where is the Holy Ark and where are the details that are so relevant to us? So let's just see a few matters related to the Aron Kodesh. What was inside? The first tablets that was eventually broken, and the second tablet. So there was a broken tablet and the complete tablet, as well as the Torah that Moshe Rabbeinu wrote. The measurement of the Aron Kodesh is different than all the other vessels. The measurement was 2.5 and 1.5. It wasn't like a straight 2, 3, 1, etc. 2.5 cubits long, 1.5 cubits wide, and 1.5 cubits high. Why the half? Another interesting thing it says, that the sticks, the poles, which were there to transport the Aron Kodesh, were never allowed to be removed. They always had to be there, although they were stationed for hundreds of years in the same place. So let's see just these three, and if time permitting, we will go for some others. So the Aron Kodesh represents the inner, holiest dimension of our relationship with God. Says the Torah, first of all, you should know, life in our relationship with God, sometimes it's broken a little bit. Sometimes it's complete. Not always is our behavior so perfect. Nevertheless, even when we are broken, and broken because of the golden calf sin, says God, we belong in the Aron Kodesh. We in here. We're in the holiest of holies, where the Holy Ark is placed. We're always connected to God. But it's important to remember that we are not a complete measurement. We're 2.5, 1.5. When we have this submission, this self-nullification, that's when we know the humility is what connects us with God, which connects us with the Aron Kodesh. Wherever we go, wherever we travel, there is no time, there is no place where one can say, I'm distant from the Aron Kodesh. I'm not traveling with Aron Kodesh. The poles are never removed. The poles which represent it, wherever it needs to be traveling, it's going to be going along. Yes, wherever we go. We take the Torah with us. And what's very interesting, It was extremely, extremely heavy. I think I once saw an amount of 20 tons in weight. Now, how are 4 people going to pick this up? So then, indeed, it was a miracle. It picked them up. One should not think that we are carrying the Torah is carrying us when we connected to it. These are the messages, these are the lessons. And Eibishter, we would like to be ready in the Beis Hamikdash and see how it comes into the Holy of Holies.